Adult film stars, Matt Hamilton.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio. With Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
Nothing like the sounds of dolphins making love to start the show, Chris Orr.
Oh, my goodness.
Can you feel the love tonight?
Hey now.
Hopefully that little snippet just healed or just protected me from getting sick or something.
Yeah, if you had any ailments, you are cured. You're welcome, Madison. You are welcome, Madison. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Matt Hamilton. If the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's Crush, a Coors Light.
Matt Hamilton on the wrong side of Niagara Falls, but still joining the show. Chris Orr with me live from the Everlight Solar Studio. Get into the show, 844-770-3776. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be a weird show. We got no internet. We have no internet here, and it's basically turned into Lord of the Flies.
Yeah,
now, I mean,
sad.
like, the office is empty, Matt. Like, if Chris and I wanted to, you could just rock like an undershirt right now. Like, nobody, everyone went home the minute they had an excuse to get out of here with the Wi-Fi out. So it's technically the Wi-Fi out, which is why we still can have Matt on the show, because that's a hardwired thing. Now, Chris, there's a million things that are bothering me right now. Like, why don't we have Ethernet ports? Like, is it in the studio or at people's desks? Like, what kind of solution is this where it's like, oh, the only way you can get on the internet is via Wi-Fi, and if that's gone, you're just SOL. So that just seems like a bad setup.
That is a bad setup.
I don't know how expensive it is to put in Ethernet ports, but like
that's bad.
An Ethernet port would make some sense, Ryan.
Some extension cords.
Ryan, you literally think I'm an engineer. You really think that I am like hard hat, like hardwiring this entire studio every day, right?
And I think you planned it out too. And so why did you plan on having Ethernet ports in here?
Why did I point out not having them?
Yes.
Because I was trying to help explain to you how things were going to work today. Look,
no, but I'm saying get in front of it. Why don't
get in front of it?
Why aren't you up in the rafters dangling down an Ethernet port?
Here, maybe this will help.
Okay.
Heal the internet.
There's no way he's listening to this for hours.
they heal the
Nice. Well played, Ryan. Well played.
Got that one from chub.com.
Oh, my goodness.
Play that again. So what is that?
That's just a dolphin.
That was just a dolphin. That's an excited dolphin. That's all it is.
Is that post? Is that at the climatic part? Or like,
you gotta get
Jim, he just searched dolphin noises. He doesn't know what noises they are.
Get your head out of the gutter.
I didn't know.
Oh, man.
We know what noise that is.
Yeah.
Hey, the beauty is since the Wi-Fi's down, the beauty is Ryan didn't have to worry about typing in dolphin sex noises into the company internet. He could just do it from his own phone. No one will catch me. I'm going to be the healthiest guy in the office. Hey now.
I feel great today, guys.
Ryan Walsh, I'm just going to take off his glasses. He doesn't need them anymore. Cured.
Cured.
Cured blindness.
Like I said, it's going to be a weird show, but you get to the show 844-770-3776. I can see the talk and text line, but technically Ryan will be controlling it because I can't click on anything. This is where we're at. I can see things on the screen, but I can't actually do anything about it.
Internet.
What is this?
The Adam and Madison chimes in. Way to go, Ryan. See, the Adam and Madison knows what's up.
Yeah, dude.
Dropping the ball. Make our internet work, Ryan. That's all I'm saying. That's all I ask of you.
If he didn't give off such alpha nerd vibes, we wouldn't ask him to do the internet technical stuff. You just like I take one look at you and it's like this guy could like crumple me with a math problem.
Oh yeah,
or this guy could absolutely bury me in a trivia contest.
Yeah. If we ever get in trouble, I'm listening to everything he says.
Yes.
If I ever need to survive and he says we should do whatever, I'm going to do it.
You might not live that long, Chris, in that case.
We're going to die, Chris.
Yeah, that might be true, but Ryan, that's not the vibe you give off, and that's the most important part.
Yeah, honestly, if you looked at the three of us, or and then Matt included as well, the four of us, if you're going to pick someone who would know how to fix the internet, it go on to prime time over here.
Look,
immediately.
If there's a written exam to get us out of an issue, I'm your guy.
You're also
I'm here to ace that test. But if it's like an actual life or death, like in the moment situation, I'm trusting Chris or Jim first.
But like, here's the thing: you do
What?
You're kind of dressed, but you're not here, Matt. Like you are in
Yeah.
Canada.
What are you gonna do from Canada?
You're gonna sweep your.
Okay, I
You're gonna
guess,
sweep
like,
our way
right
out.
now.
You're gonna make a way for us to get
Hey,
through, Matt.
Here's the thing. In a life or death situation, if you need a stone thrown with precision on ice, I'm your guy.
All right. You also
If in some way that you need that.
You can clear a path for us too, Matt. Like,
Sweeping right through.
Right. Daryl in Deerfield chimes in. Well, I can't read it. So Dave from Deerfield chimes in. Great start, fellas. And Daryl in Deerfield wants to point out that it causes blindness. Prime time.
What causes blindness?
Listening to Dolphins.
What?
It does not cure it. It actually causes it.
it?
So you are.
that why you-
Ryan, you've never
Ryan's
heard that. Oh my gosh, he's so young.
There's no way. There's no way. Now I don't believe him. I don't believe him. I don't believe him at
I
all.
can't believe he doesn't understand that reference.
I don't believe him.
It causes blind. Wait,
Don't go to SeaWorld, you'll go blind.
legitimately, never heard that reference. Don't know it.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Ryan, I don't blame you. I had a
We
friend
made
that
it-
swam with dolphins, now has glasses. So I don't know. There might be something to this.
Is that what we're calling it now? Swimming with dolphins?
Yeah, baby.
Is that what Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls is about as well? I don't know. Oh man, this is a good
If
show.
you don't know, you won't know.
All I know is that Ryan is a expert dolphin swimmer. That's all I know for sure.
I had an internship at SeaWorld once, actually, guys. That's what
It
I put it
shows.
on my resume.
We can tell.
So our show is off the rails, and it's because we don't have any Wi-Fi here. That's it. There was no other reason why.
Yeah, that's
eight-
the only reason.
So 844, our first Iron Jock poll question, 844-770-3776. What's the most annoying thing not to have at an office? Is it Wi-Fi, not having Wi-Fi? Is it broken toilet? We had another one from Colin Russo with the no AC/heat. And we'll go with those three if you got another one to chime in, but we'll post those three up on at ESPN Madison on Twitter, 844-770-3776. How you get into the show. You can watch us on YouTube, watch us on Twitter, all those great places. But 844-770-3776, what's the most annoying thing not to have at your work? And if you got a different kind of job, like Darren Deerfield, he's a farmer, so maybe it's like, I would imagine you want to have gloves. Like, you know, I don't.
need gloves.
Yeah.
You need some gloves.
I mean,
Maybe
maybe.
John Deere's got a flat.
Yeah. But 844-770-3776, the most annoying thing not to have for your work. Matt, I'll throw it out to you, though. Your main line of work, curling,
Yep.
what can you not live with, or you can't live without as a curler?
Here's the thing. There's certain things where if I don't have them, I can't play. Like, actually, my shoe broke this last game, and I had a backup set of sliders, but the glue failed on my shoe that keeps the slidey part on my shoe. So fortunately, I had a backup set, and some of those things they just don't have. But the thing that bothers me the most is when I forget my contacts. I've got pretty good vision. I passed all my driver's stuff and my driver's license thing without my contacts, so it's I got good vision. But it just makes everything a little bit crisper. And when I don't have them, I'm so annoyed. I'm beyond annoyed.
That makes sense. 844-770-3776. Daniel Sloss chimes in. No alcohol at work would be annoying. Yeah. True story.
No, it's not so bad.
True story. True story. Chris Orr, what would annoy you as a USFL player? That's a true text, by the way. You can take a picture of that.
I don't know. Maybe no. Oh, me not having my fingernails clipped down.
Okay.
So your fingernails don't just get bent back when you're grabbing people and.
Oh, that would be
Yeah, that's
Ouch,
that's
yeah.
for me. That's my number one. But for your original question, the office,
yeah.
it's a bathroom, and
Yeah.
I don't think that it's up for debate. We should see 100% to 0 for anything else we put up. It's got to be bathroom.
Matt, what about for the office?
For the office. So dude, that's real annoying. Chris is right, because we're in an office building, but we have to change floors
Yeah.
to go use a restroom if we had both the restrooms were down on our floor.
And we'd have to go to
That
the
would
communal
be-
floors, because there are floors that
Yeah.
you can't get to. So there's 2 floors, so there's restrictive space there. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be pretty massively annoying. You know what else
Can't do
is
it.
super annoying? And I don't want to say it's the most, but the fact that the printer works like 80% of the time and 20% of the time it doesn't, and like there's no explanation. The internet's fine. Like it's linking. I see the printer saying like starting project or start printing project, and I'm like, okay, we're cooking with gas here, and then I'll come back in like a minute for my paper, and it's like error 47. You open the door, you're looking for all the different errors, and you're like, there's a paper jam or there's some other thing. It's I need to go borrow Ryan's glasses just to figure out how to run that printer when it's not working. So like, it's not like a deal breaker by any means, but man, is it annoying because there's no reason for it to not work. It just doesn't.
The Adam Madison chimes in, you can't have privacy to swim with the Dolphins with no restrooms. 770
Ryan's going to figure it out soon, guys.
3776. Donnie from DeForest. Also, I'm going to say everyone's name out loud slowly because that's my cue to prime time to click on it for me. And he wanted to know, how did the black and red work out in Vegas? We lost. So the money, Brust is a loser. Either you're a winner or you're a loser, and he was a loser in Vegas.
Do we want to do that? Do we want to try and maybe just our team? Because I'm by all the Canadian casinos right now. We can play red or black or thirds if we want to even go more.
Chris?
Let's do it.
All righty.
All right.
We'll pick a number. We'll do that before you get out of Canada there. How'd you do today, Matt Hamilton? Sorry, I didn't get a chance to see it. I've been busy.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we did lose. We played that Swedish team that we played in the gold medal game back in 2018. Again, it's I don't know, Chris, about you. I feel it's way easier, or like it's an easier pill to swallow when I lose to my like buddies, as opposed to teams or guys that I'm just like, I don't like you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
it's a little easier. Yeah, it is a little easier.
This one wasn't bad. Just a couple missed shots here and there that, you know, sometimes the other team, if they make one right after you miss one, they capitalize. It's like every time we fumbled the ball, they scored a touchdown as opposed to stopping them for a field goal or maybe like forcing them to punt. Like every time we gave them a chance, they took every bit of it. And that, you know, that's the way sports go sometimes. So
no, Matt,
1-1 here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, this is kind of a unique tournament, kind of an interesting cause as well with the tournament that you're working with here.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is just one of those like majors in Canada. It's called the Grand Slam.
Yeah, okay, so major, yeah.
Yeah, they have different sponsors and causes that they work with throughout. I don't know anything that's going on in particular.
Okay.
I know I get to light up Niagara Falls on Thursday.
Ooh.
Like they've got 3 LED lights that shine up at the falls from the backside and turn them a color.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I get to pick all 3 colors with the rest of my team, and like I'm at a computer and adjusting the shades and hues and stuff, and like I can see the falls change in real time. It's going to be really cool. I'm super pumped.
Are you guys gonna get a video of that? I want to see that.
Oh yeah, we're certainly going to have some video. I'll put some social media.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, from the Canadian side, I'm going to light that sucker up in red, white, and blue. It's going to be awesome.
JJ in Poinet chimes in with a quote from Office Space PC load letter. What does that mean? If you know the reference for the printer.
I want to take that thing out to a field so bad. Just give me a baseball bat and we're going to curb stomp that thing.
Oh, man. So get into the show. In honor of us not having Wi-Fi at the office, everyone left a long time ago.
I can't believe it.
We are troopers. Like, we're going to show up and we're going to give you a slightly above average radio show 5 days a week.
Let's go.
And we're here for you. But chime in, what's the most annoying thing not to have at your work? We did throw out some options, whether it's Wi-Fi, working toilets, working AC/heat. But if you got some unique ones with your job, if it's a little bit out of the box, I'd love to hear those as well. 844-770-3776. Matt Hamilton didn't win today, but he won yesterday, and he's always a winner to us, Chris Soar. You can be a winner by going to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. That's where winners go. Nearly $11 million in jackpots last month. It's going to be a higher number this month. Go be a winner. Go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison because that's where winners go. It's perfect weather to go gaming at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt.
All right, Team Pella, listen up.
Thanks, John Kuhn. Customers love our products with limited lifetime warranties. Check out these big plays. Incredible innovations like blinds and shades between the glass.
No interference on that play, Coach.
And stylish windows with hidden screens that make game days a breeze.
Can it get any better?
It can. With monthly payments as low as $19 per window, $75 per patio door, and a free quote at PellaWI.com.
Let's go.
6.99 APR for 1 through 20 months. Restrictions apply. See showroom for details. Offers on 10/31/2023.
Former NFL player and Rose Bowl champion Tarek Saleh here for Carbon World Health. Carbon is much more than just another gym. They offer the best recovery in the area. Some of my favorites include red light therapy and cryotherapy. Improve your athletic performance, fitness and training results, speed up muscle recovery and reduce pain, and boost your mood with these simple and non-invasive treatments. Visit Carbon World Health today and ask for the ESPN Recovery Package. That's Carbon World Health.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
Hey, it's Stacy Bruner from Bruner Realty. People have been telling me that buying a home is nothing to joke about, so instead of telling you another real estate joke, I'm going to have somebody else do it.
Jesse Nelson here. Why did the house go see its doctor? It had a window pane.
Come on, Jesse, this is no laughing matter.
Well, when it's time to get serious about buying or selling, that's when people should do what we did and work with you.
Contact us at BrunerRealtyInc.com. Bruner Realty, homes to appreciate.
It's Chevy truck season, and with a Chevy Silverado, there's no such thing as an uphill battle. With a Chevy Silverado, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. Because with impressive towing capability, an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen, and the choice of powerful engines to pick from, whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado with the capability you need. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog, because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
It takes a team to meet just about any goal, and that's as true on the football field as it is in the office. So it's good to know that you have the Gordon Flesh Company on your side. For more than 60 years, GFC has provided cutting-edge office technology for companies of all sizes, and as the nation's largest Canon dealer, GFC delivers the latest office technology, serviced, and is supported by the most experienced professionals in the industry. That's business technology managed. Visit gflesh.com to learn more.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
Hi, I'm Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock with Retirement Income Strategies. And what sets us apart is we're an independent, family-run office. We help clients like you understand the financial world and build a portfolio that's in your best interest. To learn more, go to MadisonMoneyGuy.com.
In a world without Mountain Dew, life would be pretty dull. Because when you crack open an ice-cold Mountain Dew, you enter a world where the ground rules of life are a little different. So grab yourself a Mountain Dew and get that incomparable blast of neon citrus flavor. Together with Mountain Dew, there's nothing you can't do and almost nothing you won't do to take things to the next level. Hey, the operating rule is pretty simple. If you're not having an outrageously good time, you're not drinking Dew. Mountain Dew. Do the Dew.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Carbon World Health.
Oregon chimes in. Jim, just be happy with what the man gives you.
Oh.
And he put the man in quotes there.
Shut up.
And then Tim said, hey, we're broadcasting. Got a bunch of watts out there. I have no idea. Our engineer, Ryan Wollersheim, Primetime Wollersheim, knows all electronical things with ESPN Madison.
Oh, yeah.
What's our wattage?
Expert.
Is it 1.21 gigawatts or what is it?
I don't know. 99 JJ wattage. That's what we have here. Where this is ESPN Madison. This is Wisconsin, baby. Go Badgers.
There we go. Working on 99 watts. And an engineer ain't one. This is Chris Orr, Jim Rutledge, Matt Hamilton with you. We are live from the Everlight Solar Studio. 844-770-3776 is how you get into the show. We're chiming in. Want to chime in with basically things that. What's the worst thing to have go out at your office? Is it the Wi-Fi? Is it the restrooms? Is it the heat AC? Is there something different? Is it the talk and text line? It has random things that pop up in the middle of it so you can't see the text because the company you use for the talk and text line is going out. There it is. That could be a whole other thing, too, as I just talk through things on the air. And we'll get to the Adam Madison. Matt Hamilton wants you to do red, white, and blue. I would imagine that's one of the colors you guys are going to do at Niagara Falls, Hamilton, up in Canada.
Yeah, international show. Love it. It's honestly, they're my favorite shows, and we get to call ourselves Rutledge and Hamilton Goes International.
We are. We have broadcast from, by we, I mean Matt is somewhere, and then I'm here in Madison.
Yeah.
But we have broadcast from Sweden, right?
No, Switzerland.
Canada, like 100 times. Like I don't even,
and
like
Japan.
And Japan.
Ooh, I want to go to Japan bad.
Yeah.
Oh, it's seriously, save your shekels because it's not a cheap trip, and it's not a cheap country, but it is so much fun. It is beyond fun.
Gotta get back there.
844-770-3776. You can chime in with office inconveniences, but also the Packers. They brought on James Robinson, and I don't know what that means. So the first question that I have is, I guess my statement is I don't think he's going to do anything with the Packers of significance, and I don't mean that in a mean way. I think they're just kind of bringing him in to see what he's got and maybe a little insurance that if A.J. Dillon is hurt and maybe they don't love the guys behind Dillon and with Taylor and Wilson, and maybe they just say, like, in case Jones' hamstring acts up again, or maybe Dillon, we don't want to lean just on A.J. Dillon, so Robinson can be here. But I think ideally, I don't mean this in a bad way against him, I'm guessing he doesn't do much of anything with the Packers. It's not uncommon for a vet that people know to be brought in. But we'll start with you, Matt. You were kind of excited. Look, in 2020, he ran for 1,000 yards.
Yeah, he's nice.
Yeah. Now, he's barely ran for 1,000 yards total since then, but he's been hurt a lot.
Yeah, he's been bouncing around.
And unfortunately, running backs do bounce around a lot. But when you saw the name James Robinson, and I'm sure Packer fans got excited as well, so I just want to ask this question. We're not going to put it on the poll or anything like that. Do you think James Robinson will do anything of significance with the Packers? If you don't know who he is, he had 3 years with Jacksonville, and his rookie year was his breakout year of 1,000 yards and 7 touchdowns, 4.5 yards per carry. Next year, higher yards per carry, just didn't have the yardage, but I think he was hurt, and then he was hurt in 2022, and he split a little time with Jacksonville and the Jets. So he probably has something left in the tank. I just don't know if it's going to happen here in Green Bay. But, Matt, you were excited. Do you think he's actually going to do anything of significance with the Packers?
Yeah, I mean, it depends how you want to define significance. I think he is going to add an element that this running game desperately needs without Aaron Jones in the mix. James Robinson is much more shifty than A.J. Dillon, and A.J. Dillon did his best. But if you needed 3 yards, he got you 2. If you needed 1 yard, he got you 2. The guy was consistently 2.5, 3 yards a carry. And that's fine if that's all you need. But you kind of want someone who's going to put that defense into that mindset that we need to crash the box because this running back is going to get out and explode. And I'm not totally sure James Robinson is the guy that's going to make defenses really check that run. But I do think he's got a little bit more versatility in the passing game than A.J. Dillon does. And I do think that just a new element, something fresh is going to be evident. Now, whether that's going to last more than a game or two and then teams figure out how we're using James Robinson and, it's all down the drain. But I do think there's going to be a good chance that he is going to be highlighted in these next couple games if Aaron Jones misses any time.
Yeah, I think he'll be highlighted. I don't know if he's going to do anything crazy, but I think he adds a lot of value to the Packers because they're looking for a bell cow. They're looking for a trusted running back they can just give the ball 15, 20 times a game. We know what we're going to get out of you. I think that they thought they had that in A.J. Dillon, and they've kind of accepted what they've gotten out of him. And plus, with their main staple banged up, it's nice to get a trusted vet in there as opposed to some unproven guys. That's usually just how teams work.
Yeah, and I kind of Daniel Sloss thinks that James Robinson's going to have a huge impact. Maybe he will. I don't think they're giving up on. I think it's still going to be a heavy dose of Jones and Dillon, and then if one of those guys are dinged, to your point, they have a veteran to go to. It reminds me a little bit of the Whitney Merciless signing from. They signed him after the Texans, and he played in 4 games, 80 snaps, and got injured in week 10, and he had 5 tackles, 1 sack. And when he was brought in, though, Packer fans, that's a name I know. And this is everywhere. Yeah. I'm just saying Packer fans because we're in Wisconsin, but when a name that you know is brought on, like Philadelphia is getting probably too excited for Julio Jones. It's like, hey, I know that name. He was good. I think I saw someone put that out there. Like if I could have my fantasy roster from 2020, I would love to have Robinson and Julio Jones on my team right now. These scream like these were great signings 3 years ago. But I'm not saying it's a smart move for the Packers to do it. I just think that, like, in the ideal world, Jones is back and healthy, and Dillon picks up the scraps in between, and Robinson probably often isn't even active. But if there's another injury, there's something to be said there. So 844-770-3776. Do you think James Robinson will have a significant impact? And by significant, I mean like 500 yards. Like that to me is significant. Like I'm not saying he won't play, but for the rest of the year, for him to get 500 yards is not some crazy outsourced number. I mean, that's like
it's not crazy.
Yeah, he had a couple good games if someone's hurt, and that's all of a sudden he's at that number. But I also want to ask this, and this will be our secondary Iron Jack poll question: do you think the Packers are closer to being sellers or buyers at this point?
I like that question because it's very nuanced. Like there's layers to it. It's like an onion. No, yeah, because
Shrek
like
over here.
The Packers, a donkey. Yeah. The Packers, they got to be savvy if they're buyers because there's going to be players available, and I feel like mid-season is when some teams and players are willing to wheel and deal a little bit more on the cheap than the offseason. You know what I mean? It's like everyone knows what you got, but the offseason, there's all this time to like hype players up and things. That's like, I feel like that's top dollar time. This is your bargain deals. And I think the Packers could do well by putting some like good players, maybe some veterans around a Love in the team, or maybe pick up some like value players like I think James Robinson. Obviously, they just signed him, but that's totally a high-value guy. He's a guy who's been in good locker rooms. He can be a culture guy. He can obviously you have that veteran presence when he does have to take the field. You can have faith in him that he knows what he's doing. This is the time I feel like where the Packers could be buyers for the right price and actually put some like veteran presences around this team. That's hopefully, in my eyes, a veteran is going to elevate a lot of these rookies and give them important knowledge. So I think it's a good opportunity for them to be buyers, but if they decided to like sell out, then I'm like, okay, we are full rebuild. This ain't a reload anymore. They saw the writing on the wall and they're rebuilding completely.
Isn't this kind of already? Because here's the other part of it. I don't know the whole wild card. It's very early for the wild card setup here, but the division, for all intents and purposes, barring anything crazy, is cooked. Yeah. I mean, unless Jared Goff goes down. And depending on how big the lead the Lions have, when Jared Goff goes down, going to Teddy Bridgewater, I don't think kills the division. But that's probably already in. And now you're competing with a lot of teams for the wild card, and that's just tougher. Last year was the aberration. To try to have a chance to be in as an 8-win team or 9-win team is kind of insane. I think most cases it's usually 1 win more. And I think the Packers will be hovering around that 6 to 8 win window. But if they, for an example here, if they lose to Denver, they should fire sale the whole thing, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, I mean, on Monday, we
think it depends on how you lose.
Yeah, or you scrape those value picks off the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah. So what their record right now is 2 and
2 and 3.
2 and 3. If they lose, they're 2 and 4.
Yeah.
And I don't care how you
back a
lose.
lot.
Denver stinks. The Raiders stink.
Mm-hmm.
And then Denver stinks worse. And if you lose to 2 stinky teams after your biggest breaks, because you had 10 days off before you played Vegas, and that's what you came up with. So now, then you got more time, and if you come up with another stinker, now it's more of like, you know what? Let's just, I'm not saying give players away, but if someone calls on...
I'm listening to everybody.
Yeah, Kenny Clark. I don't know where he's at.
Yeah.
You give me a second rounder, you can have him.
I'm listening to everything.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe you can get first. I mean, not like Kenny Clark. He's a first round talent, but it's hard with trades. You usually don't get like the full part of it. Aaron Jones. If it's maybe you get a second rounder. Maybe a good team has 2 second round picks, and they give up the one with the worst team, and they give up that second round pick, and they go, all right, maybe Aaron Jones could be the guy. Like if I'm the Packers, I'm at least starting to look at. Maybe we start moving. If they win, I don't put it there. I think they have to win their next 2 games before the trade deadline before I'd be trying to add players.
Yeah. I mean,
even if there's like good deals?
I don't think there's good deals though. A lot of times it goes the other way where teams are kind of desperate and like what are you're gonna get a 1 deal?
Okay.
Well, also Goody doesn't really trade draft picks, and so it'd have to be like a screaming deal. Like I guess if you wanted to, there was a good deal. They could have gotten Hardman. They basically just traded draft.
Deal.
They traded bottom end draft picks.
That was a good deal.
So
that's what I'm saying. Like that's the deals. I think if the Packers want to look to add, those are the kind of like things you got to look for. You can throw some 7th, 6th, 5th rounders out.
Yeah, but those are kind of like a 1 year deal. So that's why I think like unless if they win their next 2, then you feel like maybe we're in the hunt for the playoffs here. We're not going to win the division, and maybe a deal like that could get it done. Right. But if you're 1-1, and now you're in this case, and if you're 2 and 3, you'd be 3 and 4 in this situation. I'm not saying you can't get there, but the schedule only gets harder because they're also in the soft part of their schedule for a little bit here.
Yeah, no,
but that
the
might make
gets
them
real tough.
I know it's not their personality, but that, I mean, it should make you want to go after some of those guys, want to go get some help. Especially since your schedule's getting harder, you're kind of on the cusp. You can make a big push.
Yeah, they're also there's no way Goody makes a trade forward.
Yeah, I don't think
there's not a chance.
I don't think it happens.
It is more likely they trade their veterans than they trade for a veteran. If they didn't sign any of them, and all it cost them money in the offseason, they didn't sign any, and all it cost them was money. He's not giving up anything. He's like the precious. Like that's the way he treats draft picks there. I don't care how low where they are. It's just the precious. It just sits up there, and you can't give up any picks. I don't care what they are. He'd rather. It's always the like the Family Guy thing. You can take this boat, or you can take this box.
Yeah.
Well, it could be a boat, or you can just take the boat. Like take the boat sometimes. It's kind of maybe a way to get it done. 844-770-3776 is how you get into the show. And we'll give you the Packers injury report on the other side. But Matt Hamilton, last week you drank the Quirky and Humble blend from our good friends at Dancing Goat. Really to kind of get over your feelings for the Packers' performance against the Raiders. This time around, hopefully, you're going to have a celebratory cheers for our good friends at Dancing Goat. And when we, again, make sure to tune in on our social media channels, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, because Matt and I do a contest now where all you have to do is comment in the video, and you're entered to win a bottle of the Quirky and Humble blend from our good friends at Dancing Goat Distillery. But, Matt, they're in Cambridge. I'm sure you're missing them. I know they miss you.
Yeah, you know what? There's not good American bourbon in Canada, if you can believe it. It's all like your staples, the big box names. Like, I'm looking for that craft bourbon. I'm looking for something that's made with love, and especially when it's made here in Wisconsin and so close as Cambridge. That's amazing. And not only that, Dancing Goat in Cambridge has the biggest distillery in Wisconsin. Such a cool feature. There's distillery tours. You can go check out their tasting room and try all sorts of delicious liquors that they got. But my favorite right now is that Quirky and Humble blend. Classic bourbon mash, aged in a Colombian oak wood called Quercus Humboldti. I'm telling you, it's so different from any bourbon you've ever had, but it has those undertones of the classic bourbons that you look for. It's not your grandfather's bourbon. You should check it out if you're into bourbon like I am. You can get it wherever you get delicious delicious booze like Woodman's. You can go to Star Liquor. You can go to 51 Liquor in McFarland. Anywhere you get delicious liquors, you can find this quirky and humble blend by Dancing Goat. But remember, you got to be 21 years or older to enjoy.
Yeah, man, I love it. It's perfect weather for it right now. Like, it's not too cold. You can sit on the back porch, sip on it, keeps you warm. It's perfect.
And it's right that time. You're not sure, like, maybe an ice cube, maybe it's neat. You go outside and feel it out. You're like, oh, it's got a little chill out here. I think I'm just going to go neat. It's good time of year for bourbon.
The Adam Madison asks, is Rockford close enough to be considered a local kid? That's where James Robinson is from, according to the Adam Madison. We don't have Wi-Fi here, so I can't verify anything.
If he is from Rockford, I'd take that.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's pretty close. That's pretty close.
I know people that take quick runs down there in a day, no problem, for various things.
Were they going down? Place a bet?
Yeah, something like that. Whatever it may be.
Whatever floats your boat.
You just like to drive to Illinois, I guess.
Yeah, just a nice scenic drive to the middle of nowhere, Illinois. Yeah, who does?
Yeah, I would call that local. If you're taking a day trip to Rockford and back for any reason, what it may be,
what else? Like,
that's local.
There's millions. There's fives of reasons to go to Rockford.
Ever heard of the Rockford Aquarium? I mean,
yeah.
You gotta heal some broken ligaments. You need some extra surgeries done.
The Rockford Aquarium seems like the place to keep a dolphin.
Oh man,
it's actually just some dude's backyard. It's very off the books.
It's a kiddie pool.
Yeah.
It's very off the books over there.
It's like Tiger King, but Dolphin King.
Right. It's also, we're getting out of season here. It's getting a little too cold because it's an outdoor aquarium. I'll give you the Packers injury report on the other side. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
Brian Bainan is the owner of Midwest Rock Tops. They have network printers covered by the James Imaging Systems Managed Print Services program.
They manage the volumes and the levels of the supplies, and they're here when we need them.
Managed Print Services from James Imaging Systems. It simplifies and lowers the cost of your office printing.
It was actually an eye-opener for me, just on the cost savings and the technology that's out there.
James Managed Print Services, proactive toner supply management, local service, and predictable printing costs.
So it made things a lot more manageable, from supplies down to making us aware of what we're actually printing.
That must make things a little bit easier around the office too, right, Brian?
Very much so. It eliminates my headaches.
Your network printing giving you a headache? Switch to Managed Print Services from James Imaging Systems. Call 608-221-3457 or visit jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Matt Hamilton here to tell you about my friends at Revive Restoration. Nobody plans for accidents to happen, but when they do, you can count on Revive to be professional, efficient, and detail-oriented as they make things right again. Revive Restoration.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it yourself at 2 convenient Madison locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Honda certified technicians handle it all. You can even get flexible payment options. Fix your car now and pay later. Apply online to see your options in seconds with no hard credit check. Make your service appointment online at ZimbrickHonda.com. Zimbrick Honda Service Center on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Take it to the house this season and enjoy tailgating from your own backyard. Tito's wants to make sure you have the best tailgate on the block. You can win game day gear for your next gathering by entering to win at Tito'sTailgate.com. Be sure to enter by November 15th for your chance to win a Solo Stove Grill, a Brewmate Back Tap for batch cocktails, or a Tito's football jersey. For official rules, visit Tito'sTailgate.com. Must be 21 years old to enter. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. GRB Academy offers training programs for players of all ages and skill levels. Learn from some of the best baseball coaches in the area and find the program that fits your training goals and your schedule. Spots are filling up fast, so visit grbacademy.com to sign up now. That's grbacademy.com. GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player.
Hi, I'm Medicine Money Guy, Christian Finfrock with Retirement Income Strategies. And what sets us apart is we're an independent, family-run office. We help clients like you understand the financial world and build a portfolio that's in your best interest. To learn more, go to MadisonMoneyGuy.com.
If you're looking to fill the vacant space in your commercial building, the local agents at RE/MAX and the Preferred Commercial Group are eager to grow your bottom line. Head to commercialwisconsin.com/ESPN and find an investment partner to lead the way to your property dreams today.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Hey, this is Matt Hamilton's request. Matt Hamilton with the pick of the bump back music.
Okay.
Did I pick this one?
This Ain't Too Proud to Beg. You asked for Ain't Too Proud to Beg.
Not this one.
I said Ain't Too Proud to Beg, Matt.
TLC. No? You're a big
This
TLC
is not
guy.
the
Yeah.
Ain't Too Proud to Beg that I was thinking. Thanks, Ryan. Just really crushing it for me here, bud. Don't get me wrong. TLC rocks. I dig TLC, but
you're more of a Waterfalls guy, or Red Light Special. Creep.
Yeah. Gosh, I could not be taken more out of context by any two people than you and Ryan. It is unbelievable.
Oh man!
Wow.
I thought that's what you wanted.
Hey, all I appreciate is that your heart was in the right place.
Doesn't Matt Hamilton look like a huge deep cut TLC? Because that's a deep cut for TLC.
That's a deep cut for TLC.
Ain't Too Proud to Beg is not off of their Waterfalls album.
That is a deep cut.
Yeah,
that is a deep cut.
I was like, Matt's
You
down.
might be a deep cut TLC guy, man. Maybe.
Big Left Eye fan. She dated Andre.
He's crazy.
She dated Andre Rison.
No, I was thinking the song by the Temptations, the Motown song,
Matt,
"Ain't Too Proud to Beg."
We know. It was
Never
just
heard
too.
it. Okay,
It was
thank
too.
you.
It was too low.
didn't know.
It was too low of fruit to be able to pick
Ryan
on you
didn't
for that one. Not to be fair, yeah, Ryan didn't know either one.
Yeah, he didn't.
He didn't know "Ain't Too Proud to Beg" by the Temptations or
He just thought that Ain't Too
by TLC.
TLC, that's a channel. I mean, that's what's her name?
The Learning
That's a
Channel.
channel.
Yeah, the Learning Channel. Yeah. Honey Boo Boo. That's
John
what
and
it is.
K plus 8. That's Ryan's favorite show.
Yeah.
Primetime shot behind the glass. Chris Orr, Jim Rutledge with you. And I wanted to get to the injury report for this game because Ryan sent us the injury report during the break. And one, to get the goofiness out of the way, Matt, you are a huge fan of the Denver Broncos center who is a full participant, so he will be playing against the Green Bay Packers. And who is that?
Big fan, Lloyd Cushenberry.
Now you gotta say it like little pop, like Lord Cushenberry. I mean, like you're in Canada. That is a old British colony. It's Lloyd Cushenberry, the third. It's the third. That is the
Presenting to you, Lloyd Cushenberry the Third. That being said, yeah, let's be real. That sounds like a strain of marijuana.
It does sound like a marijuana shot.
I'm not crazy, right? It's like,
No,
dude,
no,
I
it
got
definitely
that
sounds like a
Cushenberry for you. It is good.
He fits well in Denver for sure. Yeah, definitely a Colorado type guy.
Oh yeah, he needs to.
Yeah,
He better get into
yeah.
that. He better get in on that.
But you can do that with a lot of names. You'd be
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
I got that Hamilton. It's real old. It's a presidential.
Oh,
Like,
no. Come on, let's be real. I got some good goo-wop in the back.
that team Schuster is icy and it's nice. Oh man, but the Wollersheim, I mean, that's definitely got that
That's a
woolly,
liquor.
the woolly bully.
Well,
I mean,
that's a
that's
liquor.
woolly bully.
That's a
Yeah,
You
woolly
know,
bully.
you gotta
You got
stick
the
to
woolly
liquor.
bully. You got a woolly bully. The
Wollersheim vodka, $4 a bottle.
the Packers injury report. So I wanted to. Oh, one more note. You want to talk about another Hall of Fame name? I saw this video on ESPN. They put it out there that Van Noy from the Chargers didn't know their kicker's name, and then he couldn't believe that their kicker's last name was Dicker.
Yeah.
That the kicker for the Chargers' name is Dicker. And so it's like, our kicker's name is Dicker, and he had to check with multiple people.
Jim, you can't say that on the air.
It is we are in week, what week are we in here?
We're in week 6.
Coming into week 6. And the Chargers player, Noy, did not know who his kicker was. But it's Cameron Dicker.
I mean, that's...
Is that common? I mean,
Dr. Seuss joke.
It's a little.
That is just bad.
It's a little common. It is a little common not to know everybody's name,
but
especially because
he's a starter.
Yeah, that's true. You should know the kicker's name. He should know the kicker's name.
Because Matt points out they're usually the all-time leader in points in team history.
Usually they've been there the longest, even though he's younger than him. But there's only one kicker on the team,
right?
And that's the guy.
So Packers injury report. I guess this is glass half full, glass half empty sort of thing here. So. Ryan, Primetime Wollersheim is
empty.
That's what I thought. Primetime's like, this is a great injury report. I said, this does not look great.
No. What? You said great?
Yeah, Devondre Campbell did not participate today. Elton Jenkins, knee injury, limited. Aaron Jones, limited. Darnell Savage, limited. Eric Stokes, limited. Quay Walker, limited. Devontae Wyatt, limited. I said, that's not good. And Ryan comes in, you're like, this is not a bad injury report. I'm like, are you a Bears fan too? Because that is not a great. Are you a Broncos fan? Because that's not a great injury report.
But majority
if
of
you
them
threw
limited.
Jair on there, it'd be the worst case scenario.
So what is? I mean, obviously everyone's different, but most of these guys like Devondre. Well, I'm guessing he's not going to play now, but like Elton and Aaron, and Stokes is trying to work his way back from Liz Frank injury, but Walker. Some of these guys have lingering injuries, so if they're limited on a Wednesday. What is that? Obviously, every situation is a little different.
Right.
But
usually it's like, so throughout practice, you have these different periods that you go through. Special teams period, individual period where you're just with your position group, like 7-on-7, and then you'll do some team periods, like some red zone. You practice every scenario. And Wednesday is usually first or second down for majority of people, but limited typically just means like, okay, I'm only doing individual where I'm just with my position group, and maybe I'll do 7-on-7, but I'm not doing team, and I'm not doing special teams. It just means that you didn't do everything that you're actually available for. It just kind of literally limited you to a certain amount of periods or whatever.
So how does that
mean anything? It can mean like you could be. It could be like, you're not playing for another 3 weeks, like Stokes coming off his Liz Frank. Like it could be something like you're not going to play again. Like we know you're not ready yet. We're not even going to try to rush you, but we're working you back. So maybe you do half of individual period today, and then next week when you practice again, you'll do a full individual period, and then after that we'll do Indy and 7-on-7, like little stuff like that, working his way back in. Or it can mean like, oh, you rolled your ankle pretty bad in the game. Yeah, like you're good enough to play. Like we can tape this up, give you something, whatever. Like you're good enough to play. You're just going to do Indy and 7-on-7, though. We don't want to risk, like, you hurting yourself worse in practice. We'd rather that happen in the game or something like that. So it can be anything on that spectrum.
So tomorrow is a big day. Because if the guys.
Tomorrow is the big day. Tomorrow's the big day.
See what those guys are doing tomorrow.
Yep. Tomorrow is the big day because after tomorrow, the work is done. After tomorrow, it's like, okay, we need to make our decision. The coach's job now is like, we need to make our decision on who's going to be active, who's going to be inactive this week. And figuring out who we're going to sign up from P Squad to replace them or whatever the case is. Little stuff like that. Like, are we going to carry more backers this week or no? Like, should we only carry one extra or whatever the case is? So tomorrow is a big day,
So we're going to do callers. We got 2 callers we got to get right now.
Yep, we got Minute to Win It coming up.
We got Minute to Win It coming up. Should we go caller? We'll go in. I'm going in reverse order, but caller 5 and 4.
Oh, yeah, I like it.
All right, so
for
call
54? For what's... Oh, Chris Orr. Hey, just got it.
No way.
Oh, look, sometimes, words confuse me. Numbers confuse me, too, sometimes, Chris.
No way. You have glasses on.
Yeah.
No way. No way.
You're supposed to know
No way you just put that together.
No one can be that
in
stupid
real
to have
time in
glasses,
that second.
right?
There's no way. There's no way.
No.
Man.
Are those just frames?
There's no lenses. Nope.
So
you're a faker.
It is. You're too stupid to wear glasses is what we decided prime time. Now, we have different rules before we get our callers in here. We have different rules for this one so they know. Because basically the whole point of it is you're going to pick either me or Chris to win. If you pick the right person, you get a $50 gift card from North South Seafood and Smokehouse. As long as you're entered to win it, you're going to at least get $25. But
Correct.
there's another little twist today.
Well, since we have Matt Hamilton joining from Canada, I'll make sure that you guys can phone a friend to Canada. You guys can ask throughout the contest if Matt can chime in and give you a correct answer, or really just help you with an answer. So we'll see what Matt Hamilton can muster up for you guys. We'll see how much he knows about today's topic.
844-770-3776. Caller number 5 and caller number 4. You're entered for a minute to win it. 844-770-3776. Caller number 5 and caller number 4. You're going to get at least a $25 gift card to North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. Maybe a $50 gift card to North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. Caller number 5, caller number 4. You'll be entered to play Minute to Win It. Brought to you by North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. 844-770-3776. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Starry on Bank, with 3 Madison area locations in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona. Starry on Bank is here investing in your community. Start your experience by going to starryonbank.com. Member FDIC. The first AP poll of the men's college basketball season is out, and the Wisconsin Badgers are the first team off the list. Wisconsin received 53 points, 51 short of spot number 25, which is held by a Big Ten foe in Illinois. Other Big Ten teams on the list include Michigan State at number 4 and Purdue at number 3. Just behind those two is in-state rival Marquette, ranking number 5 to begin the season. Wisconsin tips off their season on November 5th, hosting Arkansas State.
Badger Minutes on ESPN Wisconsin are brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule an appointment online today at PellaWI.com.
Tired of power outages disrupting your life? Make them a thing of the past by getting a Generac home standby generator from Adams Generators. Adams Generators is the largest and #1 rated Generac dealer in Wisconsin. With 24/7 emergency support, our factory-trained technicians are standing by to assist you. Visit adamspower.com/generators to make sure your power always stays on. That's adamspower.com/generators.
At the Home Depot, Saturdays are about 2 things. Easy cleanup with the Ryobi 18-volt ONE+ Whisper Series leaf blower. And football. That's right, Reese Davis. With variable speed, it has the power for when you really need it and just the right amount when you don't. And the ONE+ battery platform means you go from yard work to DIY in just a click, so you can get projects done faster. Which means more time for football. For football. Upgrade your Saturday with Ryobi and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Meet Bruce.
Hey there.
He's a busy soccer dad who's trying hard to learn the game.
Go for the end zone.
Whoops. Luckily, other things come easy, like banking with Chase. On a tip from his banker, he set up AutoSave in the Chase mobile app. So what are you saving for, Bruce?
Father-daughter soccer camp.
Smart bankers, convenient tools. One bank with the power of both. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
AutoSave requires a Chase checking and savings account. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
It's spooky season, and that means spooktacular savings at Metro Ford of Madison. Get into a stylish 2023 Ford Edge at 0% APR financing. For 66 months to qualified credit, $16.43 per 1,000 borrowed. Or the popular Ford F-150 for 3.9% APR. For 66 months to qualified credit, $15.15 per 1,000 borrowed. Also included is a new 4K big screen smart TV with the purchase of a new vehicle. Spooktacular savings are at Metro Ford of Madison. Search inventory at metrofordofmadison.com.
Hey, Drew Scott here, and I'm Jonathan Scott, reminding you that life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance. They can help you get just the right protection at just the right price and help you save when you bundle home and auto. Kind of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It'll be just right for you. We love a custom build. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Hamilton continues live from the Everlight Solar Studio. Get into the show, 844-770-3776. That's how our two contestants for Minute to Win It got into the show. Who are they?
Today we have Brandon from Madison and Travis from Cambridge.
And Cambridge, Dancy Go Country. Where? Who picked who?
So today Brandon from Madison was caller number 4 in honor of Chris Orr, as I realized. And he decided to pick Jim today.
All right, Brandon. And if I win, you get a $50 gift card to North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. If I lose, you get a $25 gift card to North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. And look, there's locations in Madison, DeForest, and Verona. All 3 locations are outstanding. They're the official barbecue joint of Rutledge and Hamilton. They're also the official barbecue joint of the Rutledge House. We go there whenever we want to have a great barbecue. If we're having people over, we can have the stuff catered. We can just pick it up, bring it back to the house. You also can have it catered for a big, large event. You can have a great family night out. And you can also have it delivered. So whatever your need is, whether it's for seafood or for something from the Great Smokehouse, North and South Seafood and Smokehouse is the spot to go to. All right, let's play.
Are you on Team Rutledge or Team Hamilton?
I don't want to pick sides.
This is the Minute to Win It, presented by North and South Seafood and Smokehouse, with 3 locations in Madison, DeForest, and Verona.
Matt, you look super excited for today's category. Do you know what it is?
All right, we're not hearing Matt Hamilton.
No, we're not hearing Matt Hamilton for some reason. Matt Hamilton might need to fix his phone connection there.
Sorry.
There it is.
That was me.
Muted himself there.
I've never heard the open.
Oh, yeah, you've never heard it. Yeah.
Because I'm always leave. So I was like, that was funny. I liked it. That was the first time I've ever heard it.
All right, well.
Welcome to the party, Matt
Hamilton.
No
kidding.
Yeah.
Well, you haven't heard today's category yet either, and that's because after yesterday's conversation on the show, I thought we're talking a little bit about Alaska, guys.
Oh,
so it made me think maybe I should quiz Jim and Chris about their history. So, guys, I want to ask you today, what are the last 10 states added to the American Union? All right? Look, we all know
what?
To the United States.
What did you say?
The
before,
Union.
What did you say before that?
Last 10 states added to the Union.
I thought you said the American Union.
The American Union. Might have said that.
He did.
Okay, whatever. Well, you knew what I was talking about.
Did you know that I was trying to get to that point?
The
that I was
American
trying
Union?
to call you out on that part.
No. We can gloss over it. That.
All right. Just want to make sure.
All right. Well, your time starts now. All right, Jim?
All right. I guess I'll go with Alaska.
That would be the easy one.
All righty. Hawaii.
That's another easy one.
All
It's the
right.
last state added.
Okay. Jeez.
How well do you know your geography?
Let's go with, I feel like nothing in the Upper East Coast. Like, that's been there forever.
Exactly.
What about, let's go New Mexico.
That is also one of the last 10. 1912 it was added.
Arizona.
Arizona, not on there.
All righty.
Cowboys colonized that one a little earlier.
I feel like Texas been around for a while and Oklahoma. What about Florida?
Florida, been around for a lot longer than you think, Jim.
Okay.
That one's been around since like the early 1800s.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Florida? Come on. It's on the East Coast.
I know, but like I don't know if it's actually.
You want to phone a friend?
What about, let's go Washington.
Washington, also in the top, last 10, I should say. It was the 42nd state added.
Oh, man. Let's go Idaho.
Idaho, also in that list. All right, so you got 5 out of them so far. Do you want to phone a friend of
Oregon.
Matt Hamilton?
Well, yeah, I guess I'll phone a friend, Matt Hamilton, yeah.
Matt?
Nevada.
Nevada? Matt Hamilton not helping you out today, Jim.
Was that right? Was I right? I knew that wasn't it. Oregon?
Oregon was wrong, too. So
okay,
at
so
least
there we
you
go.
got...
All right, so 5. All
Oregon
right.
Trail, come on. You gotta
Yeah, that's where they're headed, man.
Yeah, they got out there earlier.
I don't know the years for all these things. So my whole logic was like, all right, Louisiana Purchase, I feel like was early. So I was just trying to think west.
Yep, exactly.
Florida was more like a wild card of like maybe that was just like added late.
Florida is weird, yeah.
Because it's like it's like a teenage state right now. Like it's just
Right.
You're embarrassed by it. You don't want to enter it. Like you don't know what's going on there.
Sure.
It's just kind of a nightmare. So someone's got to flag down Chris Orr because he's just looking at his phone, looking at U.S. history. Yeah.
Jimmy, I like one of my biggest trolls to my teammates is because of this. So like that's my next guess. I'm gonna save it for Chris.
All right. So
but
Chris,
I don't know if it's right.
Okay. All right. So Chris Orr is gonna hop back on here. Hope
I'm
you're
back.
a geography major.
Yeah, hopefully you've been hitting the books there.
My
Chris Orr.
goodness.
So we were talking a little
horrible.
yesterday. I think the state of Alaska came up. It's actually, I forgot to mention it. It's Alaska Day as well, which is why I wanted to do
Oh,
this.
wow.
Yes, it's. I guess it's not National Alaska Day, right? Because that wouldn't make a lot of sense. It's just like Alaska Day. So
it's American Union Alaska.
It's American. Thank you, Matt Hamilton. So made me wonder, what are the last 10 states added to the United States? All right. So
as states and not territories.
As states, not territories. Exactly.
Wow.
All right.
That makes me sound like he's going to get all 10.
I feel like
I hope Chris just knocks it out.
All right, Chris.
I do not know
your
about
timer.
that.
Don't forget about me. I can
You'll have the phone a friend to Matt at the end if you want to use it.
Gotcha.
But your timer starts now.
I can do this in any order, right?
Any order.
Oh, okay, let's go.
Oh my God, that would
Hawaii for sure.
Hawaii, yep. That was the last
Alaska.
state. Yep, that was the second to last state. Both 1949.
Wow. California.
California, not on there. You got out there early for the gold.
That was an early one, yeah, gold.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Let me phone a friend.
All right, Matt. What do you got?
I'm going to give you the sure thing. Let's go New Mexico.
Oh.
That one, 1912.
Oh, I'm thinking about this wrong. I didn't think about states that like got broken off of and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, hey, that might be all we get. I'm not gonna lie to you. Let me take a couple. Let me take a couple more
Take some
guesses.
swings.
I'm gonna stay in that area. I'm gonna stay in that area.
Any state.
Vegas.
Vegas?
I mean, not Vegas. Nevada.
That's incorrect.
No.
No. You got one more incorrect answer.
All right, I got one more.
We'll
incorrect.
give you one more. We'll give you one more chance. Just any state. Come on. Just one.
Idaho.
Idaho?
Yeah.
That's on the list as well.
All
But
right.
Your timer did run out. You only got 4 there.
How much did he get?
Jim got 5.
Dang!
Yeah, I got Alaska, Hawaii, New Mexico, which Matt gate what are we doing here? Matt's just giving him the one that I said. Washington and Idaho.
Well, I wanted to make sure he got a sure thing.
Idaho, yeah.
Yeah, so
Here,
give us
Jim, I wanted to.
No, it's fine.
I wanted to throw a guess out.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
I really wanted to throw a guess out.
What was your guess?
Because, well, here's the thing. I love trolling my friends from Minnesota that like California and Oregon became states before Minnesota did. I think Minnesota is in the top 10.
Oh.
Minnesota not in the top 10. Actually, it's been around for much longer.
It was later than Oregon and California though.
That's
You know
crazy.
Yeah, because all the people going out there for gold. But anyways, yeah.
They skipped right over Minnesota.
Yes, yeah, exactly. It was a flyover state even back then.
Yes.
It was I don't know, it was a walk-through state, I guess, back then.
Oh, Montana was like the third to last.
Montana was actually the 41st state added. It was 10th on this list.
Wow.
Then you guys got Washington and Idaho, then Wyoming in 1890, Utah 1896. I believe it belonged to the Mormons before that. And then there was Oklahoma in 1907.
Wow, Oklahoma's on my brain, but I figured it was like Texas was
Oklahoma,
that.
yeah, me too.
Yeah, you would
Me
think
too.
so. You would think so. And then New Mexico 1912, Arizona. No one said Arizona in 1912 as well. You did not say Arizona.
I said Arizona.
I was going to guess Arizona.
Jim said Arizona.
I
You said no.
Yes.
Ryan. You did say Arizona.
So I got 6.
You said they
All right,
got
then you
out
got
there for
6.
the gold.
God.
You
I
were
would've
like,
said
no, they went out
California.
there for gold.
I
I would
didn't
have
say
guessed
California.
Arizona
I
if
said
Nevada
Arizona.
was closer. I would have
said
guessed
Arizona.
Arizona.
Damn.
All right, okay. I misheard you then. That was my.
We'll blame the Wi-Fi for
We'll
that.
blame the Wi-Fi. It's the 5G.
I'm blaming the printer.
All right. Well, congratulations to Brandon. You picked the winner. This is Rutledge and Hamilton presented by Coors Light.
Here. When I'm running, tackling, and scoring touchdowns, I'll give you one guess what I'm wearing underneath my jersey and pads. That's right. Iron Jock Performance Gear is with me for every yard, every sprint, and every lift in the weight room. This is by far the best athletic apparel I've ever worn. Join me with Iron Jock Nation and get yours at ironjock.com. That's ironjoc.com.
Hey, this is former Badger Brad Norton.
It's a fake. Great call and great execution.
You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this is your Sports Center update brought to you by ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day, presented by Coors Light. Join host Colin Russo, Brad Norman, Chris Orr, who you're hearing today again. I'm Rutledge and Hamilton, as well as Adam Mertz, and you hear them 2 hours before and immediately after every Wisconsin football game this season on ESPN Wisconsin and Wisconsin On Demand. The Badgers heading out to their Big Ten West rival Illinois this weekend after another brutal loss to Iowa for the second year in a row. Badgers now playing without starting quarterback Tanner Mordecai moving forward after he suffered a broken hand. Redshirt freshman Braden Locke stepping in as the starter for the time being when the Badgers take on the Fighting Illini this Saturday at 2:30 p.m. Make sure to tune in beginning at 12:30 p.m. right here on 100.5 for ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day's pregame coverage. And then make sure you stay tuned on Sunday as well, as the Packers are coming off their bye week to take on the Denver Broncos out in the Mile High City, taking on the Broncos at 3:25 p.m. The Badgers injury report released earlier today. Only player on the team who did not participate in today's practice was Devondre Campbell. They'll be talking about that and much more in the second hour of Rutledge and Hamilton, starting right now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
You got the show.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton with Jim Rutledge and Matt Hamilton.
People like me.
That's some booty, Jim.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
Everyone is so mean to me.
I am Jim Rutledge.
You never go full Rutledge.
Ayahuasca.
The next day, he's like, my Achilles feels great. And that dolphin's pregnant.
Adult film stars, Matt Hamilton.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio. With Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
We roll on live from the Everlight Solar Studio. Matt Hamilton in Canada, near Niagara Falls. He gets to light up the falls tomorrow as part of his curling experience with Team Schuster. Chris Orr in studio, the Everlight Solar Studio. Get into the show, 844-770-3776. Packers are getting back into game week, Chris Orr. Mark Tauscher is joining the show.
Let's go.
In a little bit. We got Throwing Stones coming up next, then we'll be joined by Mark Tauscher. Badger football is trying to prep a young QB, Chris Orr. And I thought we could talk about that for a second here. 844-770-3776 if you want to chime in on it, your confidence level in Braden Locke. I don't know where it is. I don't know much about him. I did see a funny quote from one of his teammates talking about how Braden basically wears Lululemon everything. So he's a very well-kept guy. Like he from socks all the way up to hat is Lululemon from Braden Locke. So that guy is stylish and comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So good for him. But I don't know a lot about him. I think he was viewed as universally like a 3 or 4 star QB. Played at Mississippi State. He shorter guy. But seems like he's got a little zip to his arm. Mm-hmm. And I'll be honest, I kind of hope the Badgers just run the ball more if he's their quarterback. Like, hey, we got a guy who doesn't have a lot of snaps, and we're on the road. Maybe we just ram it down Big Brett Bielema's throat. He's got some room in that belly for Badger running back.
Yeah. If we can run the ball, I think we'll definitely be running it. But outside of that, I think hopefully they're just telling them, like, bro, just go sling it, bro. Go sling it. As a team, we understand the position that we're in. We're going to be asking a lot more of our defense and our special teams, and that's just what you do. You know, if we were hurting on the defensive side of the ball, then it'll be the offensive job to keep them up. But I think that's the mindset going forward, you know, until Tanner heals up or just for the rest of the season, period, if he's out. But, yeah, I hope they let him sling it a little bit, man. I hope they, let him get some – it's a road game. Illinois is probably going to play a super aggressive form of defense. We're going to light him up, and we're going to crowd the box so you can't run it. So the opportunity will be there. And I think that if they connect a few times, the confidence factor in sports is, I'm telling you, you can't even fathom what it does. If he's able to get some early confidence in his career in this game, period, then we could see a big boost for this Badgers team. But at the same time, he doesn't have the experience, so he's still gonna have his screw ups. He's still going to have him as long as the team stays beside him that entire time, and our coaches call plays to help him out. Not put him in too tough of positions. Then I think we'll be fine.
Because, the only thing that makes oh, go ahead.
Yeah, the talent gap is big enough for 3 of these 4 games that we have left that you should still win these games, even without your starting quarterback.
Yeah, I'm totally with you. I think I would like to see them cut the attempts down a touch, keep him in that 20 to 30 range as opposed to 50 like we had last week.
For sure.
But if they run it a little more, but I don't want them to like narrow that playbook down for the passing plays. Let this kid sling the pill, have some fun with your playbook while you have him. Just make sure you get a little run heavy. The thing that makes me nervous, and I think this will make a lot of Badger fans nervous, is we had a young quarterback not long ago feast against Illinois, and we thought we had the next coming of Aaron Rodgers right here, or the next Russell Wilson right here in Madison again, and look how that turned out. Now he's slinging the pill down in Florida. So, like, I'm not going to put this all on Braden here because he's got a big game. Anybody can be a flash in the pan, so he's going to have to do it a couple times. Like Chris said, build that confidence up and show that he can build on something as opposed to just being a flash in the pan here and there. So I do think that I have confidence in the Badgers to pull out at least 3 of these, or at least 2 of the next 4 games for wins. I think we should be able to handle Minnesota with them, but obviously rivalry game, all bets are off. That's a tough one to pick.
For sure.
844-770-3776 if you want to chime in on Braden Locke quarterbacking the Wisconsin Badgers. Meanwhile, Packers. John Runyon today lost his mind. No, I don't know if he lost his mind or not, but they must be excited about what they did during the bye week here because he says you can and will see shades of the Dolphins with the Green Bay Packers going forward.
Oh, wow. Maybe he's going blind. Maybe he's going blind. Maybe that's his attempt to tell him.
That's why the injury report was so clean today, guys. That's what it was, obviously.
They're just blaring that all day up there.
Yeah, practice.
My goodness. My goodness.
I mean, Mike McDaniels wears glasses. Or Mike McDaniel wears glasses.
So Matt's been doing this for a while now. He's been putting this Wisconsin S on things. Right? That's what. And look, McDaniels, like it's Mike McDaniel. It's Josh McDaniels, but it's Mike McDaniel.
Yeah.
And Matt's been throwing an S on it. Love it. I mean, but it's something that, like.
You're getting accustomed, brother.
Yeah.
I'm just building confidence and finding a rhythm.
But what would that, like, what would you want to see? Are they getting Tua? Like, that'd be great.
I mean, I think what you want to see, I think, as a Packers fan is you want to see Coach LaFleur take a little more control. Like, this is the opportunity for him to do that. Before it was the case, you had a Hall of Fame quarterback, don't screw it up, is essentially your job. And I think now that you have an inexperienced quarterback, yeah, he's been in the league for a while, but playing age is young. You know, he hasn't been in too many fights, so to speak. I think that this is now your job as an offensive guru. You came off the same tree. We need to see you flex your muscle a little bit in order to help out your young team. Like, you have a young team. Nobody's trying to hear that as an excuse, though. You find a way as a coach to help these young guys out. And if it is getting exotic with your playbook, stuff that the same stuff you want to see Coach Longo doing, get exotic with your playbook if you need to, but you have some talent. They don't have the experience, just get them going.
I go this way. Like, if I'm a Packers fan, I don't want exotic. I don't want dolphin plays. I don't want anything crazy. How about we just do normal things well first? Like, how about we walk? How about we crawl before we walk and then walk before we run? And that's my concern. Offensive coaches, and I've been burned. I have between Mark Trestman and Bill Nagy. Like these, not Bill Nagy. I'm sorry, Bill. I hope you're listening. Matt Nagy. Bill Nagy's a nice guy, but these things where they get too mad scientists. And Paul Chris fell into this, I think, at times too. Like, how about we just do something simple that if Aaron Jones is back, maybe just do what you did against the Bears, which was not too fancy. Just throw the ball like 2 yards in the air and let Aaron run it the rest of the way. Throw it behind the line of scrimmage and let Aaron run it the rest of the way. Denver's defense is pitiful. And I think, honestly, I'd rather them go back to 0 than try to get to, like, level 400.
It's just that.
Chris, as a defensive player, would you rather see teams do some exotic stuff, a lot of motion pre-snap, or do you want them to keep it simple as a defender?
Yeah, I would want them to keep it simple. I want them to keep it simple. I would much rather go against somebody where it's like, okay, it's just about execution. I have a good idea of what's coming. Like, you're not really trying to trick us. You're just saying that you're going to execute better, and you're just hoping to get 3 yards out this play. Kind of literally what Iowa wants to do, what Wisconsin, what we wanted to do, like when I was playing.
Yeah.
We're really happy with getting a few yards, steadily moving down the field, and it's just about execution. You know, eventually you're going to break. We're going to play great defense. That's like your thought when you're just saying, like, let's just do stuff well. And that's good when you have that team. I just don't think
But the Packers have so many young players. Like, I'd rather the young guys not have to think about tricks and all this other stuff. Like, how about we make sure that Luke Musgrave is in the right spot? Because you don't have two guys standing next to each other.
See, but that's the thing. It's probably simple to them. It's probably simple to them at this point. They probably added
but they can't
one
figure
or two
out
words.
They can't do the regular things.
True. I don't know. But this is my thing. You don't want, especially in the NFL, you can't afford to get better throughout the season. You can't afford to say, like, okay, let's just keep doing this. We're going to get better at it. You can't afford to do that.
What game was it, though? And JB from the V chimes in. We'll definitely see shades of the Dolphins, the 2019 Dolphins, 5 wins.
Oh, wow.
It could be the 2007 Dolphins. I covered the 2007 Dolphins. They won one game.
Ooh.
It was actually like a game-winning touchdown against the Patriots.
Were you there
to get
for the 0-16 year?
That was
right?
that was 1-15. The next year, the Lions went 0-16. So I covered the Dolphins at 1-16. And then I had the pleasure of seeing the Lions. When I covered the Packers the next year. So I just got to see back-to-back trash teams in person. Yeah. Oh, you should see the record of teams that I covered down in Florida. I covered the worst Miami Heat team in their history, the worst team in Miami Hurricanes recent history, the worst Panther teams in their history, one of the worst Marlin teams in their history, and the Miami Dolphins, one of the worst teams in all of NFL history. Then I got up here and I covered the Badgers. They were coming off like back-to-back 10-win seasons. They won 7 games. And then the Packers won 6 games with Aaron Rodgers.
It's you.
So it was me, but now I cover a lot of these teams. They're doing a lot better. So I don't know, but maybe it's me. Maybe I am a curse on it. But what was the game where they ran that? Was it the Saints where they ran a trick play and it was an abject disaster?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where they tried the double pass back to
and
Emmanuel Wilson tried to throw it back to Jordan Love, and he looked like a baby
and I get what you're saying.
Not necessarily that. It's more so really what the Dolphins are doing. I'll tell everybody out there. This is what they're doing. They're doing basically another form of like the jet sweep motions. They're just doing it from like the same side. They're essentially getting somebody moving and almost combining like a CFL element. Like, we're going to get this guy running on the motion. Like, it might be the same exact. They're not running like a crazy play.
But they're not going to be able to install
building it different.
But if the Packers are trying to build something in the bye week, you're installing like maybe 10 plays. You can't like, and that's probably then it for the year. Like, it's too late to be installing a ton. And then how well do the guys know it? And I guess I look at it like this. I hope to God you don't need it against Denver. Like, Denver, you should go out and be able to beat them like you beat the Bears. Like, they are a terrible defense. Go out there and play simple football.
That might be why, and that might be what bite them in the butt. That might be why. They might feel like we should win anyway.
True.
And then that can bite you in the butt, especially in the NFL.
See, I'm kind of with Chris. I feel like adding a couple wrinkles can't hurt because right now we got 2 teams that are going Packers playing simple offense, defense obviously playing a simple defense to match that offense, and we are getting outwilled. They are outperforming us. And sometimes throwing a wrinkle in, as much as it could confuse your team, but if they execute it the way Chris is talking about, you might get someone in space. If you get Christian Watson on a full sprint on kind of a little out route because he went in motion on a jet sweep fake, all of a sudden you got your fastest player like off to the races before 2 seconds after snap. So I'd love to see a little bit more like fun in these play calling, or maybe some motion just to help Jordan Love get some reads. But I get what you're saying, but like, because we are just not executing the easy stuff, which I understand throwing another wrinkle in makes it even harder. But like, when we are executing the easy stuff, we're being outplayed. So you need to do something.
I get that, but also I don't
know.
If you could do it and you thought it would work, you would have done it already. Like,
see,
my point is,
they might have already had it in.
So like, my whole, I look at it like this. Like, they're trying to be the Dolphins, and like maybe you just can't be the Dolphins. You don't have the personnel to be it. And like we could talk about this. We got Throwing Stones coming up, but maybe tomorrow we look into the Kyle Shanahan coaching tree because you mentioned that McDaniel. Like I think LaFleur is pretty low on that coaching tree.
I just know that the three big heads are McVay, LaFleur, and McDaniel. But I want to say McDaniel was lower than LaFleur as far as like position on a coaching staff.
He was a quality
when they were
control
together.
coach at the time,
That's quality control. Essentially means like you're like a step above a GA. Like essentially, you're a step above a GA is a graduate assistant. Like you're literally in grad school.
Basically
and like,
an intern?
Yeah, basically an intern.
Yeah.
A GA is an intern.
Yeah.
And now you're like a paid intern.
Yeah.
Because before you're essentially an unpaid intern. Like you needed to eat at the stadium type. Your bills are paid, but you need to eat at the stadium. And that's all you had the time for anyway.
Yeah.
QC is like a paid intern. Like, oh, like, yeah, we all know you now. Like, you can actually say stuff in here. Your words carry a little more value.
So on that note, as we go to break, I just saw a story. Mike McDaniel was sharing a story how he was a quality control coach with the Browns when Johnny Manziel was there. And he said that, like, I can 100% verify the stories about Johnny not watching the film is 100% true because I'm the one that got the reports.
Yeah.
He's like, I just stayed in my lane and just gave it to the coaches.
Yeah,
but
that's a real thing, too. Like, when you go to college and you playing in the NFL or wherever you're playing, you all get, like, iPads or whatever, and that's how you watch your film. They can see how long you've been watching film. They can see what you went and watched. If you just put it on and just let it go, like you never stopped it, went back, or there's no pausing to take notes, like you can easily tell. Yeah, there's a whole report that comes up. Everything is tracked. And some people don't track it.
Yeah.
But for a majority of people, it's like, we don't need to track this.
Right.
This is your job.
Yes.
I shouldn't have to go and track this. I should see that you're doing the work because you're not coming to practice and looking at me with a blank stare like I'm speaking Mandarin or something. You're actually understanding what we're trying to build here and do. Then when you're not, you're like, oh, bro, something's I think people need to understand how many steps they went through in order to get to check his tape.
Yes.
Because it was getting bad. That means it was getting very bad before they said, hey, we need to check his film, man. There's no way he's watching film. Think about how bad it had to get before they got to that point. Oh, that's a crazy story.
Now I just picture Wedding Crashers. Hot round! Johnny Manziel be like, I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton. We'll throw some stones next.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm with James Imaging Systems customer Brian Bainan, owner of Midwest Rock Tops. Brian, unlike some companies, James doesn't just sell you some office technology and then move on to the next prospect.
Correct. They stay in touch with us. Very good open communication. It's almost like they're an owner and they really do care about their businesses they serve.
James Imaging Systems, taking the time to know your business to help you work more efficiently, save money, and grow your business.
It makes me feel good because I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to chase after anybody. They're standing behind their products. We're getting excellent service from them.
Are you getting a good value with your document imaging technology from James Imaging Systems?
We definitely get a good value from James Imaging, and I'm glad they're a partner with us.
Want a partner who genuinely cares about you and your business? Switch to document imaging technology from James Imaging Systems. Call 608-221-3457. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
The workplace has changed a lot thanks to technology, and more recently, the shift to a flexible or remote schedule. Your business must adapt to maintain a great culture, attracting quality candidates and keeping them. You need Smart Spaces. The team of interior integrators at Smart Spaces brings creativity and expertise, assessing the walls, ceiling, lighting, flooring, furniture, and audiovisual systems to create places that matter in the modern world, fully functional for those in the building and for others to interact remotely. Get started today at smartspaceswi.com.
Take as little as 3 minutes to see if you could save on motorcycle insurance with Progressive. Come on, you've spent more time than that thinking about helmets with faces on them.
I should get a new helmet. Ooh, maybe I'll get one of those ones that looks like a face with painted teeth and eyebrows, you know? Oh, that always looks so cool. People are like, whoa, is that a person with two faces? Oh, no, it's a helmet. And one face.
Get a quote in as little as 3 minutes at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
We're going abroad for the first time in years. To Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
Hey, it's Hunter Vaughn. ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see teams making an impact in their community. Nominate your local team today at ESPNMadisonGameChangers.com.
Celebrate Prairie Athletic Club's 47th anniversary by saving $47 a month when you join today. No other health club offers you more for your money. Don't miss out. This offer ends on October 19th. Or if you want to give the pack a try for the very first time, they're offering 3-month fall membership deals. Hurry now. These are 2 of the best membership specials in the area. Stop by Prairie Athletic Club today or visit prairieathletic.com to check out all of their membership specials. Prairie Athletic Club, family fun community.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Carbon World Health.
Rutledge and Hamilton continues live from the Everlight Solar studio. Got a nice drive home coming up around 6 o'clock. I'll make that drive in my truck from Timden Chevy in Mount Horeb. I'm driving back and forth to Madison, Milwaukee a few different times, and the drive is fantastic from my truck at Timden Chevy in Mount Horeb. Also, that time of year, leaves starting to fall. Throw all the leaves in the back of the truck, go take them to the dump, get them out. I don't have to worry about getting in the trunk. Any of that problems, just use the truck. And obviously, I used it all summer long to pull the camper around the state of Wisconsin as well. So you're only minutes away from better buying experience at Timden Chevy in Mount Horeb. He's Chris Orr. I am Jim Rutledge, Matt Hamilton, up in Canada. And for the sake of time here, because we're going to get to Mark Tauscher here, let's move Stones back.
Okay.
Let's do that after. We'll do that the final segment here. Kind of just continuing the conversation on this Packers offense here, and we can ask Tauscher about it as well. But I guess when I looked at the Packers offense and what's been struggling, I didn't think it lacked innovation. I thought it lacked execution.
Yeah.
And honestly, if you are worried about Jordan Love, the protection, you need better protection schemes. And that means the old line coach and LaFleur have to get better. And that's my concern is that you get cute and try to add these other things when you can't block the normal things. And Denver now has time too. It's so Denver, if I'm Denver, I'm actually taking what the Minnesota Vikings did against the Bears last week, or what Detroit did a lot to the Packers. Blitz the hell out of Love. Blitz him and blitz him and blitz him until he proves you can beat the blitz.
Yeah, for sure.
And if I'm LaFleur, I'm hoping, if I'm Pack fan, I'm hoping LaFleur has been hey, we're probably going to get blitzed there's no tomorrow. Let's come up with some plays with match protect or get the ball quick so we can beat the blitz. Because if they come out and be we're going to beat Denver, let's get cute. Denver stinks. Save the cute for a good team.
Yeah.
You should be able to go out and I just think Denver's going to blitz the heck out of them. They got nothing to lose. And I think any team's going to try to blitz Jordan Love and make him uncomfortable.
For sure. That's an answer. But if they've been playing bad defense, they're not going to try to put themselves in that position either.
True.
But then at the same time,
now they had the Chiefs in check, I guess, a little bit.
That's it. That is true. If they're adding all of this extra motion and stuff from what Miami is doing, I think some of the thought too is to kind of talk them out of that blitz, talk them out of wanting to bring pressures, just because. That's just opportunity for a defense to have some miscommunication. Whenever you get a lot of motion, typically it's for a couple things. You want to see what coverage people are in. But when you do those fast motions like that, you're trying to get somebody late to covering somebody. You're trying to get some miscommunication to happen defensively. And I don't know. I think they might be able to do it. They might be able to pull it off. A bye week isn't the best time to just install a lot of stuff. They probably did put a few things in, but at the same time, between a normal game plan, you change up what you're doing, to cater whoever you're playing. But not this much. So I think it might just be a little sprinkle. I think that's the question. I think the question is how much. Yeah. How far are they going? If it's just a little sprinkle that they're going to add to a few plays and a few concepts that they have, then they should be able to get it done. But if they go too far, then yeah, they will have like the issues that you're talking about.
We'll take a break.
Jim,
we'll talk. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, like, I think you were. There's another point that I wanted to make with like Orr's thing here is the Packers kind of seem like they were the playbook had the training wheels on, right? Like, I think these guys know the play. I just think Matt LaFleur's like, we're taking the training wheels off. We're going to open up the whole playbook. You guys know our base schemes. I am just doing little tweaks on the base setups. Everyone can do it. You just have to, like Chris says, the O-line needs to execute. And if they execute, the wide receivers and running backs can be doing whatever the heck they want in the backfield prior to snap. So I am excited to see what Runyon's talking about. He did get me excited more so for this Denver game than I was.
That's wild. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
If you want a fresh twist on surf and turf, look no further than North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. Inspired by their time living in the Alaskan Gulf in southern Texas, owners Keith and Aaron brought together unique culinary backgrounds to create a truly authentic American restaurant here in Madison. After expanding to 2 more locations in DeForest and Verona, you can savor smoky, wood-fired barbecue and freshly prepared seafood from around the country. Explore their full menu and dining options at eatnorthandsouth.com. That's eatnorthandsouth.com.
Zimbrick Chevrolet.
When was the last time you had your oil changed or your tires rotated? Do you need new tires, a battery, perhaps some windshield wipers? Zimbrick Chevrolet Service Center is equipped to help you with routine maintenance, major repairs, and everything in between. Get your free battery inspection coupon and schedule an appointment today at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Don't overpay. Shop Zimbrick Chevrolet on Main Street in Sun Prairie.
Main Street, Sun Prairie, Zimbrick Chevrolet. Legacy Exteriors. Just pick up the phone and let us leave a legacy on your home. Roofing, windows, gutters, siding, and decks. Can Legacy do it? You bet. Better prices, better warranties. Legacy always makes it easy. Go to legacy-exteriors.com. Legacy Exteriors. Just pick up the phone and let us leave a legacy on your home.
At TLC Laser Eye Centers, we know every one of our patients' journeys. Like a recent patient in Chicago. She's been wearing the same scratched frame since college. And another patient in New York City. The first time he tried putting in contacts, it took him 4 hours and lots of patience. So how do we know all this? Well, TLC isn't all about seeing. We're also about listening. We start by discussing your needs, answer any questions, or address any concerns you may have about LASIK. Then we customize your experience to you. You deserve the best LASIK doctors, the best LASIK staff, and the best LASIK experience. So book your free 20-minute virtual consultation at TLC Laser Eye Centers. And let's talk about your journey today.
Right now, TLC is offering $1,000 off their Wavelight laser when treated in October. That's $500 off per eye. So call 888-TLC-2020 or visit SaveOnTLC.com. The doctor's choice for LASIK. Must mention this promotion and be treated in October of 2023 to qualify. $1,000 off for both eyes on standard Wavelight price. $500 off for one eye. Cannot be combined with any other offers. See details at SaveOnTLC.com.
Madison Computer Works knows using computers is more dangerous than ever. Scammers try to scare you and steal your information or money. Emails try to phish your login and password. Online pop-ups and messages try to trick you, telling you there's something wrong with your computer, even when there's not. Madison Computer Works can protect you from these threats. Our computer care plans help stop the scammers and fix your computer problems. Call 608-231-8000 for the computer support you deserve. Madison Computer Works, computers that work for you.
Brian Bainan is the owner of Midwest Rock Tops. They have network printers covered by the James Imaging Systems Managed Print Services Program.
They manage the volumes and the levels of the supplies, and they're here when we need them.
Managed print services from James Imaging Systems. It simplifies and lowers the cost of your office printing.
It was actually an eye-opener for me, just on the cost savings and the technology that's out there.
James Managed Print Services, proactive toner supply management, local service, and predictable printing costs.
So it made things a lot more manageable, from supplies down to making us aware of what we're actually printing.
That must make things a little bit easier around the office too, right, Brian?
Very much so. Eliminates my headaches.
Your network printing giving you a headache? Switch to Managed Print Services from James Imaging Systems. Call 608-221-3457 or visit jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Green Bay Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher on Rutledge and Hamilton is brought to you by Chalmers Jewelers. Chalmers Jewelers, with locations in Middleton and downtown Madison.
It's gonna take a little time.
Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer
And the O-line to get him over.
Wisconsin football analyst
I wanna know who love is.
musical genius
I want you to show me.
Mark Tauscher on Rutledge and Hamilton is brought to you by Chalmers Jewelers. Chalmers Jewelers, with locations in Middleton and downtown Madison.
Chris, it's the first time you've heard that. What are you thinking about Mark Tauscher's singing ability?
He got the vocals.
Don't lie, Chris. Don't be lying now, Chris.
No, we all know it was bad. We're just friends, so we laugh.
I don't know if I meant to say it was bad. I thought okay. Now I don't know where I'm supposed to go with it.
Well, and Chris wants to start off with a question for you because we saw a little video from Mike McDaniel talking about, he confirmed the story about Johnny Manziel with the idea that he was a quality control coach with Cleveland. And he said, yeah, I can verify that I would get the iPad reports from Johnny Manziel saying that, and you'd see that he watched 0% of film. Now, Chris was saying that, like, you have to be so far along at a professional football level that the coaches feel like they have to check your iPad to see if you're doing the work because they assume that you are.
Yeah.
So, Chris, I'll let you ask your question to Mark then.
Yeah. So we all know, majority of coaches, you can get these reports, but the thought is I shouldn't need to do that. Maybe in college, but definitely not in the NFL. This is your job. You're not distracted by class or anything like that. We should have that understanding. My question is, one, it's kind of twofold.
He's going to call you old here.
One, when you were playing,
did we draw?
How did you guys watch
on
film?
paper? Yes, we did.
How did y'all watch film at home? And two, was there any way of tracking that?
And were those tablets heavy? Like stone tablets?
VHS, Chris.
Dang.
VHS.
I'm starting to like Chris more and more every time he's hosting. So we had, this will sound crazy to some people, we had DVDs that we would get, and it would be different breakdowns. And how coaches would do, there wasn't, I don't think there was monitoring. I don't know how they would because we kept the DVDs. But they would put things in there like if you watched Goal Line and then there was a question about it or what song was in there, there would be pop quizzes about what was on your DVD. And sometimes there was some cash prizes that would be in play. But, yeah, there was not the point where they were monitoring. And I think if you knew what the heck you were doing, coaches never would question because a part of life is watching film. You go in your meeting room early, you watch film. You're always trying to get an advantage. So it wasn't – I think there was a point where you could watch too much film. But, no, I don't think – I don't know any teammate I ever had that didn't watch zero amount of film. And especially at quarterback, that's crazy talk.
Especially at quarterback. Especially at quarterback.
Well, and if you've seen a Netflix doc, basically he got through college without having to watch film. So, I guess he just thought it could carry through to the NFL. Mark, and then we'll get to some Badger-related things. Another thing that, and this is the hapless Bears, but to the idea of so much film out there, there's a video that's circling the internet where Cordy Whitehair, and I showed it to Chris Orr, basically dropped back to block. Nobody was there. He turned around, kept on backing up, and ended up just turning to his own player and blocking him for a second. So, Is there almost like too much film for fans? And like, hey, you had a moment on the field where you're like, thank God that's not on tape somewhere. Because I remember English sharing a story about how John Madden circled him in the Super Bowl broadcast. They're saying, I don't know what the hell Derek English doing here. So I just want
to. Yes, there is. You have now 7 million football analysts that will go through film, and it's always, well, look at how wide open this guy was. Well, did you recognize that Warren Sapp was in the quarterback's face? And so there's always little nuances to it, but I think it's great. Fans get to feel like they're in the mix. And but to answer your question, yeah, and as far as Cody Whitehair, I watched that clip. That was fairly obvious. You're sliding the protection to the right. They obviously got a blitz the other way, and it never looks good when you're bear hugging your right guard when your quarterback's getting sacked because the left guard got beat across his face. So, yeah, all those things. That wasn't on Cody Whitehair, but I get it. I understand it. And, yeah, I'm glad I played in the era where there were maybe only 1 million football analysts, not the Twitter analysts that there are now.
Yeah. You're lucky you can't get turned into a meme. You're lucky you can't get turned into a meme, man. That's
I don't know if we get our
legit fear.
If we get our hands on some Tauscher DVDs, we might be able to find some hot plays.
Yeah, get the CD burner, the DVD burner out, and see what we can do with that.
Yeah, I'll have to dust off my DVD player.
Mark, there's no way around it. The Iowa-Wisconsin game was really rough to watch. You did a great job making it as entertaining as possible because it was really honestly a throwback to the old Bagier-Hawkeye matchups there where it was a game, old school, 90s style. But moving forward off of that game, Braden Locke, what is the team doing? What is the players, the coaches, how do they get ready to go on the road and win, I think, a pretty important game, not just because they need as many wins as possible, but also I think a lot of these players want to – it's not Brett didn't end Paul's career, but he kind of ended Paul's career, so there's probably something there with that with some of these players as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's always players don't forget things, and that last year, that was probably – one of the low points in the Wisconsin football history. And obviously Paul lost his job that Sunday. And so I don't think that's the motivation. Obviously I have a new staff that's more motivated on just improving, but it's going to be tough. I mean, you take Tanner Mordecai has been there's a stat out there and I'll have to look at my notes. As far as Ches Malusi and Tanner Mordecai with your touchdowns, you take those off of where Wisconsin is, I think the kicker is the leading scorer on this team, so there's a lot of production that won't be down in Champaign. And what I always look at is you lean on your horses, you lean on your leaders when you're in a case like this. So I would think that this, even though it's Phil Longo's offense and things are going to be different, I would be surprised. I think Braylon Allen, we saw him in the second half get a little bit going, and when you're able to get the points that we did. It was Braylon Allen kind of setting that table. I think you're going to try and limit what you're going to ask Braden Locke to do. But I just talking to people over there today, I don't sense that there's a lot of trepidation about what Braden Locke can all handle. Obviously, his skill set's a little different than Tanner's, but I don't envision this offense looking a ton different than what we saw throughout this season. I think they're going to have a full game plan. What's going to work and how you're going to execute it, those are going to be fair questions. But I don't think with Braden Locke you're going to try and slow anything down as far as what you're thinking offensively.
Yeah. I said the exact same thing. I don't think you should. I was telling our listeners out there about confidence in the game of football, and that if you could get a young quarterback to connect vertically or just get in rhythm early, that can do something completely different for his career or even just for that game itself, even for the team. It's pretty easy to rally around the guy that everybody's kind of expecting to mess it up or have some mistakes, and when they're out there and they can get into a rhythm and get going, it's easy to rally behind that guy. I know that the team they're in a position where they understand that defensively we're going to have to step up a little more. We're going to need a little more out of special teams, and our leaders on offense, we're going to need more out of you, Braylon. We're going to need more out of Tim and all the guys that have established themselves as playmakers. This is the week. This is the week that you take it up a notch. This is the week that you catch that little hitch, and instead of just getting vertical, you try to do a little more with it or whatever the case is, because we all understand that we'll need it. But yeah, I don't think we should change anything. I say let the young QB, man, tell him go in there and let it fly, bro. If I was on his team, if I was his linebacker, I'd go tell him, I said, man, let it fly. We got your back over here on defense, bro. Don't worry about anything you do.
Absolutely. And I think that is the messaging. And I think when you look at it, there's an excitement to it too.
Mm-hmm.
You have that unknown, and I think every player, Braylon Allen wasn't Braylon Allen until he started playing.
Yep.
You have to go out there and play, and so there's always that comfort of, well, I know what this guy can do, but every player that's ever played has had to go through this process. So Braden Locke has to look at this as what an unbelievable opportunity I have to lead this football team, and I think his teammates feel that. And they're going to. You always look at it when you lose a couple of key players to say, what can I do to help alleviate this? What can I do from a team standpoint that will help us have more success? Everybody needs to elevate their game, and I'm sure anybody on that roster, anybody that's going to be going down to Champaign, that's the approach they're going to have.
John Runyon today, I believe, said that the Packers offense, as we transition to the Packers going against the Broncos here, can and will have shades of the Dolphins going forward. And, Mark, my main question is, why are they starting it now? I mean, only the bye week, but, they could have just done this earlier, too. So I'm a little bit dubious of the statement of, they're not executing the simple stuff right now, and now they want to pull out the Dolphins playbook. What does he mean by that as far as how much can you install during a bye week? How much can you change?
I don't know what that means. I think that's that is a very bold statement. That's somebody that I think what he's trying – I think – just reading between the lines, I think we have a lot of uncapped talent that needs to get free flowed. We need to let this thing rip. And whether or not you want to say Christian Watson can be Tyreek Hill and Jordan Love can be Tua, I think it's more about this offense has not let it go yet. So to try and compare it, the Dolphins are the best offense in the league by a large margin. So you want to set your goals high. You want to go out and try to accomplish those things, and maybe it's more of a, hey, let's stop handcuffing and putting ourselves in a box to say we can only do this. Let's shoot for the stars, and you know what? If we can show some improvement, this is a great week to do it when you're playing against one of the worst defenses in the NFL.
Yeah, Tausch, kind of to elaborate on that, Jim's been saying for a couple weeks and alluding to the fact that he kind of thinks that this offense has the training wheels on to kind of get Jordan Love into a rhythm and get him going, get him comfortable. My thought by Runyon was maybe these training wheels are coming off. We're opening up the whole playbook, and there's going to be a couple more wrinkles, but it's still within the same scheme. Does that make sense, or does that seem to jive, or do you think that's kind of out there?
I don't know. I mean, I love when people use analogies. I think it's great when you use that. I think the Aaron Jones component of this is what you're looking to unlock, because the only game he's played a lot of snaps. I know he was back for a little bit of the Detroit game, but when he was on the field against the Bears, a lot of great stuff happened.
Mm-hmm.
Your first drive was a touchdown. You had that screen pass. Obviously, he scored the touchdown when he pulled his hamstring. So I think it's more about, we have not been, if you want to say training wheels, I think they just haven't executed very well. I think it's more about, we had the bye week. We got some guys back. We're starting to get our O-line put together. We got Elton Jenkins back. I think we are going to unleash what our capabilities are. Whether or not that's going to be 70 points like Miami did to Denver, I would be skeptical of that. But I love the fact that that's where the mindset is. That's the mentality is right. It might be delusional, but I'd rather you be delusional on the positive side of things than on the negative side of it.
Mark, as always, awesome stuff. We appreciate you hopping on.
You bet. Take care, guys.
All right, that's Mark Tauscher, brought to you by our good friends at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and in Madison. Custom is best there. They also can fix anything you have. They've helped Tauscher be one of the best gift giver he's been in a long time, thanks to Chalmers Jewelers. This is Rutledge and Hamilton. We'll throw some stones next.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
Celebrate this October with Barman 1873 Bourbon, produced by Coors Whiskey Company. Barman 1873 throws it back to the year Coors began brewing beer in Golden, Colorado. It's an expertly crafted bottle containing bold yet smooth blends of aged straight bourbons with a deep, brassy amber sold at 46% alcohol by volume. This bourbon is sure to satisfy your taste buds. The Throw It Back Thursday feature of the month. Barman 1873 Bourbon. Enjoy responsibly.
Listen to Rutledge and Hamilton every Thursday this month at 4:45 for your chance to win a bottle of Barman 1873 Bourbon. Jim Rutledge here. I love sipping on bourbon produced by Coors. Barman. It's got a savory taste with notes of caramel and vanilla. And I want to share some of it with you. Tune in to Rutledge and Hamilton every Thursday for your chance to win. This month, it's a bottle of Barman. Rutledge and Hamilton every Thursday.
It's spooky season, and that means spooktacular savings at Metro Ford of Madison. Get into a stylish 2023 Ford Edge at 0% APR financing. For 66 months to qualified credit, $16.43 per 1,000 borrowed. Or the popular Ford F-150 for 3.9% APR. For 66 months to qualified credit, $15.15 per 1,000 borrowed. Also included is a new 4K big screen smart TV with the purchase of a new vehicle. Spooktacular savings are at Metro Ford of Madison. Search inventory at metrofordofmadison.com.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison. Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. I joined the Princeton Club because I was looking for a place I could invest in my health, and the environment and the community I have felt has made it so easy for me to incorporate it into my everyday life. It doesn't matter where you're at in your fitness journey because they have something to offer everyone. It also goes beyond fitness. From the moment you walk in the club to the moment you walk out, there is a togetherness felt throughout the members and staff that keeps you going for your better tomorrow. Don't wait any longer and get started on your fitness journey today at PrincetonClub.net. That's PrincetonClub.net.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
We're going to skate to one song only.
Matt Hamilton, Jim Rutledge, and Chris Orr with you, live from the Everlight Solar Studio. Matt Hamilton out in Canada, Even in Canada, you know that if you had a problem with your home or business, you'd call our good friends at Revive Restoration, Mr. Matthew Hamilton.
Absolutely. I'm here on the road right now, and I tell you what, everything that does go wrong in my house, I do get a call from my wife.
I thought you said she blames you?
Well, yeah. I mean, yes, it's my fault because I didn't take care of it before I left. But if I did have a serious issue, I could go online to revivepros.com. They got a 24/7 response team. My friend Phil came back from a vacation on a Sunday, popped online, did the Revive Pros thing, told him that he had a flood in the basement. By Tuesday, they had the studs all the way down, ripped down the studs. The drywall is gone. The carpet was out. They were ready to get their lives back on track again. And that's the thing that the Revive Pros and Revive Restoration can do for you. They're fast, efficient, and detail-oriented as they make things right again, and they're available to you 365 days a year, 24/7. So you can either call Revive Restoration, ask for Josh Duggan, our guy. He will get you set up straight, or you can go online and figure out through their emergency line how to start a project and get going for you. There's no project too big or too small for Revive Restoration. So if you've got mold, fire damage, smoke damage, water damage, and a whole lot more, they can take care of you. Revive Restoration's got your back. Go visit revivepros.com today.
Let's throw some stones.
The guys think they have the answers to everything.
I'm the best there is. People like me.
So it's time to put them to the test.
That's some booty, Jim.
You know, that's just like your opinion, man.
This is Throwing Stones, presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Yeah, guys, it's time to throw some quick stones here on Rutledge and Hamilton. Now, we all know that sticks and stones may break our bones, but words, boy, do they confuse me. And I got a question today about the guy we've been talking about for the last 30 minutes. That's Mike McDaniel. Not McDaniels, Matt. McDaniel. But I don't know if you guys saw this. There was an NFL Films clip.
Brett Favre's good player.
Brett Favre's. So there was an NFL Films dropped a clip from Mike McDaniel from the Dolphins' most recent game against the Panthers this past week, and just take a listen to some of the gems he drops in this one.
That five's widened out there, Butch. Why don't you say that? LOL.
Isn't that fun?
Go score. Come to score.
Score. Touchdown, Miami.
Baller. Oh, thanks, buddy. Gotta stay hydrated. Yo. Hey, sir. Wait for it. Time out.
All right, guys, so I ask you, is Mike McDaniels hands down the most entertaining head coach in the NFL? Chris, I'll start with you.
Ooh. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Right now, yes. I've been really entertained with Coach Reed's commercials.
Yes.
I think
Andy?
those are
Yes.
hilarious. I think they're supremely underrated. I think that he is hilarious.
Yes. And his players seem to back that up.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think that makes it a little tough, but I think that what Coach McDaniel has is, you know, he got the field swag. He be wearing off-whites on the sideline, which is kind of ridiculous.
Gosh. I was going to mention that.
Yeah, I think it's
So
crazy
sick.
how he can stay so cool, calm, and collected through everything. Like, literally cracking jokes with the – that was not an athletic trainer. That was definitely a water boy and ran up and got him a cup. And, yeah. I think you got to go with him right now.
Matt, what do you think?
I mean, the dude's got like the sweatsuit swag right now on the sidelines. Like Chris said, he's got those the Air Force One off-whites in the cream color, still with the off-white tag on it too. So like, that's so cool. Shout out Virgil Abloh for or rest in peace for making those amazing shoes, because McDaniel is rocking them on the sideline right now.
Jim?
Yeah, McDaniel. And I want to throw this out there as a running. I don't want to. Obviously, I want to save this for tomorrow.
No.
But McDaniel's got to be high on the list. If you could have one coach to coach the Packers, like you could anyone. So we'll put LaFleur on there, Belichick, you put like a mix on there, but but also like as a fan, I am just like as an example. Another reason why I love the Bears. They didn't even bother to interview him. Like that's how just their heads up their butts they are there. That there was an opportunity. Like the timing was right. He could have been coaching my favorite team. Yeah. Instead, he coaches the Dolphins. I was trying to set you up there for your favorite sound. But anyway, you just checked out Prime.
Trying to make sure we get out on time there, Jim. All right? I'm trying to do my job back here.
Anyways, because I don't know if he's the best, but man, the way he can walk that line and be a player's coach, but they all seem to fall in line with him. Just today, he was asked a question about, is Tua like a system quarterback?
Yeah, I saw that.
And he got mad. He's like, look, there's a lot of guys who can run this. I've never seen anyone do in this system what Tua's doing in this system. So Tua's not a system quarterback. And, and none of these players are system players. They are doing things in the system that's never been done before because these players are special, which the small things both of you guys talk about from coming from a coach or someone in leadership matters.
Yes, that matters.
Yeah. 100%. Leadership matters. And I was going to give it to
I love that I threw out both. It's just so funny because I threw it to Chris and Matt, the athletes, and then prime time's like, yep, leadership.
You know what? I was going to give it to the plug god, the tease god, Jim Rutledge, but you know what? Not today after that one there, Jim. You know,
This is so
I'll give this one to Chris Orr. Bringing up Big Red Andy Reid. Who doesn't love Santa Claus himself? He is.
Oh, try it again with those nuggies.
Let's get those nuggies.
That line is so good. Oh, man. Coach Reed's the king. He looks like the Kool-Aid man out on the sidelines there, but he is killing
Yes,
it.
he does.
And he's won everywhere. He won at Philadelphia, got to the Super Bowl with McNabb, and now he's the example of a retread that worked.
Yeah, for sure.
And I didn't know what I underestimated him because I thought him and Lovey were closer in comp. It's just one had a great quarterback in Donovan and one didn't. But no, Andy Reid has lifted and modified his game. Mike McCarthy hasn't really done that. Like, it's hard to be a coach and change it and get with the times they have. Matt, thanks for hopping on. Good luck the rest of your tournament.
Yep, we'll see you later, eh?
All right.
See you later,
enjoy Canada. Hey, this is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
See ya.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn